for TLPH is really well rounded out. But I will say this, Onic can get an early start with a Harley. Having the Loi Yi there, that Super Prince pick that he just loves. He can play the macro to this.
Wait, could there be a combo between
the Harley
Space
and the Loi Yi?
Escape and the Loi Yi?
Yeah. Oh, that's actually possible.
If Claude can do it,
Pretty
why
easy
wouldn't
to
Harley?
do. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you can BMI, why can't you? You're space traveling in both ways. So if you can't,
you're bending space and time.
I will mauled.
That's right. So let's see if that's going to happen here. We haven't seen that at all, actually.
Oh,
see if it happens. Whoa.
Revitalize already forced out. That's a very aggressive start for Team Liquid and Onic.
Yeah, one thing to note, junglers not getting invaded as much. They're more protective right now. Both of these junglers are really running for that level 4.
Yeah, they're going for it, but they're going to poke down back and forth here. Kirk, get a couple shots, and there's the yin-yang interaction with this Loi Yi, so they'll stop that attract. No early burnt flickers aside from the gold lane where Severo looked like he had to go ahead and burn his earlier on in the laning phase.
Yeah.
And so pretty steady right now in this gold lane.
Sad we didn't get to see how that happened, but let's just leave it to the gold laners and their micro going on. So
they're still duking it out. I mean, he's so aggressive there. You can see them just battling out. Gonna go ahead and pick up these defensive boots first off.
And I don't mind this tempo especially. What we're seeing here is obviously Carlteasy will try to maybe get something done. He wants to get that level of advantage. That's King Kong's instinct as well, but this and this hero, he actually will be able to go for an earlier gank.
Yep.
But there's just very few places to gank here, actually, for both of these junglers. It's so hard to gank the XP. Mid lane's very controlled. The gold lane is also very far away from rotation.
Yeah.
So we'll probably just see all the action erupt on this turtle.
Yeah, for the objectives right now, and that's why, but Deadly Magic? JP can be in trouble.
He doesn't have to revitalize, and that's gonna be first blood for Onic here. That kill went over to Brusco.
And the kill went over, but it looks like TLPH still wants to go in and contest with Carlteasy here.
Whoa.
Gets shot off with a Queller. Oh!
Oh, that's a touch from Carl! Touches the Throne of Ruin. Now could they still go for the fight? Sanford looking at these targets. Knock up from Sanji! And Carlteasy with a double kill straight into the purple buff.
Yeah, that was crazy. Sanji doing much of the heavy lifting in terms of damage. Sanford up on front, keeping him alive. Such good dynamics from those 3 players in that instance.
And that's 2 kills in the hands of Carlteasy. He doesn't have the Sky Piercer just yet, but he's definitely building into it. And, that's one of the things, man. You get this Suyo off to a start. Sanford's feeling
that's
pretty
early.
Good. Yeah, he's... Because it's one of those things where the scaling, look at this.
Oh!
And he still doesn't have a Sky Piercer just yet.
It's a 3-0 Suyo in the early game.
Oh my goodness, you don't want to see that.
No,
You
not
don't want to see that if you're Onic.
Not if it's Carl, because you give him a level advantage. You give him more leeway to just keep going at those objective fights.
Yeah, you don't want to be an item behind, especially if it's a Harley versus Suyo.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult. Whoa, no. Sanford, is he going to survive?
Is he alive?
Oh, good pick off. Coming out, they needed to find an answer. I think, Sanford, you got to check your recalls a little bit now, too.
What is with these XP laners?
They felt the heat, man. They're like, you know what? We've had enough of this. We're going to take him out. So Sanford even burned the flicker there, but that was just a whole bunch of bodies looking like they're going to go for Brusco.
Okay, could they trade it down here? Yes, they will.
Carlteasy's like, man, JP, I need the stack. I just built the Sky Piercer.
Serves it on a silver platter,
That's
right
probably how
in
the
your
comms
face.
went.
I like that. Well,
Okay.
and what shocked me is how easy they were able to pull it off. So if you're Onic in your mind right now, you cannot be isolated. The moment you get isolated, there's probably Carlteasy on the side trying to get some damage into you, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
Okay, Brusco is here. Onyx definitely gotta stop the stampede right now because it's definitely starting. They're in a trot for TLPH. Little diversion is gonna be used.
Where'd they go?
They do have
down the mid.
Right on the mid.
Okay, Kirk still catches up with the Throne of Ruin, but Sanji's ready with that Crimson Beacon. Kirk now getting shredded. Carlteasy! Now that's a stack.
Yep, and this is just again continued snowball, not just for Carlteasy, but for Team Liquid. as they go ahead and have a clear way for the second turtle.
Man, the ball is rolling and Carl Teasy is feeling it on the Suyo. Again, one of the most prolific assassin players in the game, not even just in the league, probably in the whole world.
Yeah.
So we're seeing basically a masterclass of how to play a Suyo here.
Oh, this is just so sad for a Khalid.
Oh,
It's
no.
just so sad for a Khalid roam.
Okay, he's going to be able to heal, but man, this is, yeah, it doesn't feel good to be in this position if you're Brusco because you're trying to even just simply provide vision and your life is on the line just trying to do that.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
all you're doing.
Okay, Sanford again.
Bird.
Flicker already used. Throne of Ruin once again. That's going to be 4 members on Sanford. Now TLPH trying to look for the engage. It's going to be Kirk. Knocked up first. Is quite tempting,
Another
but
one.
not in front of Carl.
And they're not done. They're not done. They're chasing. And again, there's just not much you can do since you already used up all your ultimates on Sanford.
Yeah.
All 4 of them.
Sanford is definitely taking the attention of Onic. They're just throwing so much at him. And it's kind of his job on this, especially on this Uranus. You know, just take what you can, make them use their battle spells and ultimates.
And then just come in and sweep in. Your teammate's going to sweep in and save the day for you.
Yeah, and that's when you just type Worth.
Yeah, the recalls have probably something to do with it.
Yeah,
'Cause
probably
they're-
got a little bit of, you know.
What's the recall
I'm
do?
looking for the giggle.
The giggle factor. Okay,
I was looking
giggle
for that
factor.
word.
Let's just
sorry.
wait for the diversion plays. Come on, okay?
All right, there's the
We
diversion.
have not seen a good diversion yet, have we?
Oh,
Now
they
we
actually
might.
sent it up here. They're going to go for Sanford again. Whoa, the sidestep. I've seen it before.
No way.
That's Giggle. So
Giggle, bro.
if you're wondering what Rockhart was mentioning, that right there is Giggle.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't know if you want to keep doing that though, because right now Onic might be looking for an angle. Liquid will still be quick enough to escape.
Force the flicker out.
And I guess this is the 3rd turtle that'll just go over to Liquid as they seemingly try to go for a mini fight, but it's not really going to break out into anything.
All right, let's talk about this then, because right now they're in full Stampede mode. TLPH is just controlling everything, taking whatever they want. Where does Onic find that window? Where do they find this opportunity, Rockhart, to get themselves back into this game? Because even looking at the graph, it's so there for TLPH.
The biggest way they can actually get back into this one is a really, really good Deadly Magic and a Throne of Ruin from Kirk on the back line. Carl TZ is very good at that. You kind of have to bypass Sanji. You have to take a fight that Sanji is in a very bad range to do anything. Because right now, low-key, Sanji is probably the biggest damage dealer onto Team Liquid right now, if we can see that graph anytime soon. Maybe aside from Carl TZ.
Oh, there's a Throne of Ruin.
Whoa, there's just something about Carl and his ability to dodge these Throne of Ruins. Every single time Kirk tries to go for the setup, Carl is just ready to dash away from it.
Oh, man, he's trying to just limit test the stacks on the Skypiercer right now.
Deadly.
And this is what we talk about, guys. This is exactly why, leading into the matchup, we talked about Claude for Teddy and why it's allowed to be Steady Teddy.
Steady Teddy.
He's just been doing his thing, farming up. You know, he's going to be up there near Carl TZ, who's 5-0, but Teddy has just been farming up. He hasn't had to do anything but just stay in the lane, do his thing, and eventually, when Onic does decide, okay, we need to turn this around and fight, that's where Teddy comes in. And Carl TZ is just going to be also trying to get that proc off with the Skypiercer.
Yeah, the biggest shock for me is they're not really doing much about Teddy. Onic feels like they're just more focused on just surviving and not dying, and maybe trying to buy some time for Savero to get into play. But right now, Teddy is getting left unchecked for a majority of the game.
I mean, how do you do that if you're being constantly in check by the high loss?
Yeah.
You see the Uranus just recalling in front of your face, and it's just these 2 heroes that are required for Liquid to keep Onic in check, and that's not helping the kind of playstyle we're used to seeing from the Sonics.
Teddy going in, keeping that Lord in check, and it's just going to be taken down very, very quickly. Divine Glaive is picked up now by King Kong, but Lord is secured now for Team Liquid, and this will get even more crucial fighting against Team Liquid. Ice Queen Wand now in the hands of Sanji.
Yep.
So trying to get away is going to be a little bit more difficult because you're slowed down. And so Team Liquid, with this kind of lead, with this kind of advantage, can actually force themselves potentially into the base. I don't think they're going to obviously win off the first Lord push. We still have the Holy Defenses to take into check here, but Onic might be forced into a fight that they don't want to take.
Oh,
Oh, Deadly Magic is used.
And Saji is fine here. JP going up with that carpet, just pushing him back, and they still have a Lord Wave.
Okay. That's a Malefic gun already Malefic Roar already secured here by Carl TZ. Oh, I just imagine the damage he could throw out if he actually finds either King Kong, Super Prince, or Savero.
I think even for Savero, this is like, you know, has he had enough time to come online on this carry right now? But even if he has the items, I think more than ever, the difficult part is actually getting into these team fights because, you know, carry obviously doesn't have that much range. He's only got a golden staff and a corrosive scythe, so he doesn't even have that little defensiveness that he needs. Usually the wind of nature, or at least something, even to stay alive.
We're definitely waiting for that Malefic gun.
Yeah.
Right? That's that 4th item. It's taking so long.
It's way too long. The shields are gonna drop.
Saji, he just decided to go in. That's the Throne of Ruin from Kirk. Could they find something out of this? But Carl instead just goes for the monster kill. Kirk still looking for, or is trying to sustain, but instead just becomes a double kill for Carl once again. It's at 7-0-1.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like there's anything that King Kong could have actually done more or even better. Same with Super Prince, right? Because Super Prince just feels like it's just so hard to do anything as a low Yi, except maybe for teleporting to their back line. But the front line is just being ignored here. The front-loaded damage from Onic is not making a mark to the armor of TL.
Yeah.
Look at the base turret. So middle and top base turrets go down. Sanford completely fine. Hasn't really had to do much this whole game except die a couple times when Onic decided to throw themselves at him, but they might want to take this last base turret down. Oh boy. Oh, they want to fight.
Yeah, they're going to take these heroes one by one. It's going to be Kirk first. Fortunately, he's a bit tanky, so Team Liquid and Philippines aren't able to deal with him just yet. But now they are. Legendary for Carl on this Suyo. There goes the recalls. King Kong already half HP with just a single Queller, and there's a minion inside the base.
Another.
Brusco not able to sustain.
That might be the end. They know this wave's pushing down the mid.
Yep, they have a wave accompanying them. A flicker from 40. Now instead he's just locking on the base, and Liquid are taking this series. It's a sweep for the Cavalry.
That was just instrumental.